Are we supposed to say our lines of the starting thing, or we don't give a shit?
If you have an intro, you can do it.
Well, I can go like Big Math. Hello, guys. Welcome to the channel. No, I'll never say that.
You could do like the archive battery. You could be your power source for all things
Oh my
Warcraft
God,
Rumble
I
related.
can't even memorize this. English is my second language.
I, yeah, I
Oh,
picked that up,
oh,
but I mean
okay.
you're pretty good at it. So
Well, acceptable. Yeah, like C plus maybe.
like
Okay, so
B
we're gonna
plus.
we're gonna be talking about um, what's gonna happen this Saturday. Today is what January 3rd. So the
Mhm.
closest Saturday fortification modifier is going away, and I'm here with a random stranger that you have never seen. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, right.
Hello.
Yeah. He's trying to make it in the game, right?
I am.
He's like silver 2.
I hit silver 3 yesterday. Okay.
Oh, we should have this Twitch alert here. Like, yeah, silver 3. 1 bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Before we let's actually go ahead and start. Like I was trying to test Molten Giant. Like, let me find the Molten Giant and put him on the screen
Yeah.
so it matches the context. Okay, this guy. So it has that mini. Is your game open just in case?
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
good. So he has a talent. It's called Bolster. Heal when destroying a tower. So
Mhm.
I was trying to test it yesterday. I was trying to last hit the tower to heal. Obviously, after like 5 attempts, it worked. And the healing animation went through, but there was no healing, as always. So I guess
Hmm.
it's bugged. There is no other explanation for it, um, unless
There.
you have to kill it in some specific way, which doesn't make sense again.
I've never tried it myself, but I would not be surprised if it's bugged. There have been so many bugs with different talents in this game,
Hmm.
and the only way we find them is when people play with them and complain about them enough. And I don't know very many people that play with Molten Giant.
Honestly, neither do I. I was trying to. I was playing on my free to play account. I have a second account, and like gold one guy, he just waited, and he threw Molten Giant and Ogre Mage behind. Well, it's like I said, it's gold one. I didn't take anybody seriously, and
Hmm.
there is nothing I could have done. He beat the
Yeah,
crap out of me. No,
that's
what
good
I'm
enough.
yeah, what I'm saying is the amount of HP that this guy has. It's like 1.5 of Drakisats. Not a lot of people know that. So that's why I was trying to test it. Man, again, it doesn't work. Like even if in theory it would work, the talent doesn't work. So
Yeah, yeah.
so. Mhm,
The fact that he does siege damage is really cool, though.
mhm.
Maybe if we try it and the heal doesn't work and we report it, maybe something will happen. But we'll see.
Yeah, but question: will it happen quickly enough before this modifier changes?
No, probably
Cause yeah,
not.
cause right now it's like the best time for siege units,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, absolutely. If siege units are going to put in more work than they already are, right now there are a lot of people using execute to take side towers,
Mm-hmm.
and when fortification falls off, probably you'll probably still see people playing execute, but you'll probably see a lot more people trying other things.
Mm-hmm.
So
So we just discussed it a bit like 2 minutes ago. So we think that one of the top S tier combos is going to be Cypress with Sneed. Not because I have a fetish for Cypress, but because it makes a lot of sense, right? So as we said, you take they one shot the tower, and they give you 2 gold on top of that because you use Sneed.
mhm.
So
I I would really so I do think that's a very good combo. Being able to take a tower and get 2 gold, so you refund what you just did, is going to be really good. I just wish Sneed had treasure chests on this map, but we're crossing our fingers and waiting for the next map with treasure chests, hopefully.
yeah, but that's what I was gonna ask you because my Sneed is blue, and if it's blue, you can tell that I don't play that often. Like, is he as a hero? Do you think he'll be usable at all? Like, can you actually do something with Sneed on this map, even if you don't have chests?
On this map,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think he's very good. I really think the only way to play him is using his talent that gives you 2 extra gold when you use him to open a chest, because you're already getting 2, or rather when he triggers his passive, so I guess he can capture a tower or a meeting stone as well. But it's just there are no maps or no treasure chests on this map. The towers have a ton of health right now, so maybe when fortification drops off, he'll be better. But he's just not super great in general. He's slow. He dies to a lot of different things right now, and I don't know. I don't think the mining talent is very good.
No, yeah, everything I'm asking is for the Saturday, yeah, because I'm considering the fortification dead already, so it's like 2 more days and it's gone. So I don't care about right now. I'm talking about the future.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
you're saying, mhm.
I think he's probably still a little weak. I think maybe you can just use him as a leader for his passive and never play him. Maybe there's a scenario where you use him at your base because he does good AoE damage. So you
Mhm.
can use him to attack or fight things like Hogger and Prowler and Quillbore, or different melee units like that like to group up around your base. But I think just using him as a leader for his ability with sappers will probably be pretty decent. So
Okay. But yeah, I would suggest to use it like 100% at least for his passive. So you could pair him with either Cypress or Raider, maybe, right? Oh,
yes,
so
or
so
Gargoyle.
Gargoyle it's a siege unit, right? So it's technically, if Gargoyle takes the tower, you get the 2 gold as well.
Do you know what else does siege damage?
We can just filter that right now.
Molten Giant.
Molten Giant. Well, we just discovered that Molten Giant doesn't work.
Yep.
Okay, so we have Gargoyle, which is used everywhere right now. Then we have Molten Giant, which doesn't work. We have Earth Elemental, which is, in my opinion, garbage, because Earth Elemental is very weak against magic damage, which is these siege towers, right? And then we have Warsong Raider, which is kind of used as well right now. It's like a Gargoyle replacement. And we have Meat Wagon, which will always get hit by the tower right now because the range is not long enough, right?
Yes. Yep. It outranges, or rather, Meat Wagon with the plus range talent still does not outrange Rocket Towers.
Yeah. And also, this is like our thoughts. We think that Harpies with cheat death are going to be able to take the towers without fortification. We will have to test it, but the damage that the Harpies do is it's too big. It's too huge.
Yeah. Harpies, I think, are the top single target DPS in the game. So if you can protect them with a cheat death, and your opponent doesn't catch you off guard by killing them before you cheat death, they'll more than likely take the tower.
Unfortunately, everybody runs polymorph today. Like, this is the most dangerous thing, and there is nothing we can do about it. Like, that's the only thing that stops me always. So, what else did we come up with? Oh, what do you think about Gromash? Because his Savage Strike is, in theory, will be more usable because everything is gonna, like, the towers are gonna get to 50% much faster.
I actually really like Grommash, and it's weird for me to say that because I think in every tier list video I've put him towards the bottom.
Same.
I've ran into a couple different Grommash lists, and they are all very, very scary, and I almost lost to all of the ones I've played. They were all very close matches, so it lets me know that he does have good builds. I do like the what's the talent that makes him do extra damage?
Savage Strike.
Strikes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that one's going to be super solid, especially with fortification going away, like you said.
Yep.
Being able to get that tower to half health and then absolutely destroy it with Grommash will be really solid.
Yep. He gets.
He did just he did just get buffed too. He got more HP, so
Yeah,
pretty
that
good.
is well. It's like plus 150 more. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
actually if it makes any difference, but from what I remember, he gets if he attacks solo, he gets the normal tower to 50% in like 3 hits. So it's
Yeah.
he's supposed to be like deadly.
Hmm.
Maybe in theory we can run Holy Nova with this guy. I don't know,
Yeah.
but if we can,
Potentially.
that would be actually really because yeah, if you pair him with Dark Spear Troll doesn't care about healing, but Gromash kind of dies really fast. That's the only
Hmm.
minus, and there is no way to heal him. Like you can't pair him with Shaman and stuff like that. Doesn't work.
Yeah.
Um, oh, what do you think about? Oh,
Oh.
by the way, here's what I was gonna talk about. Because I'm making a video with, it's like a video demonstration of all three talents for 5 units. This is kind of my new
Hmm.
series because people want to see like three talents before they buy them, and they always different from what is read when you actually try them. So,
Hmm.
Drakisat, there is where is it? What was I gonna say? The third talent, lasting legacy, the one that drops a banner for 10 seconds. So
Hmm.
my question is, mm, do you think it would be possible to walk Drakisat like without a shaman, to just walk to the enemy's core, or like to take the enemy's tower by using only spells? Because especially today, when the tower is going to be with no fortification, like the guy will hit the tower like in 3 hits. Like he will take the tower almost immediately.
Um, potentially. So the only thing is, like, the obviously the biggest tower taking spell
Hmm.
is execute,
Hmm.
and it doesn't do elemental damage.
Yeah.
Um, but it could buff things like Blizzard or Arcane Blast. That'd be kind of fun. Uh, but it might not even have to buff spells that much. Maybe you could have him die and drop it, and then there's a fire elemental like walking behind, ready to take advantage of that extra elemental damage, or
Why?
maybe even like
Hmm.
whelp eggs.
Yeah, I was thinking about either Safe Pilot or Wellpegs because Fire Elemental, like it's really, first of all, it's expensive as hell, and it's
Yeah,
really hard to time all that correctly. And if somebody again polymorphs you and kills you on the way, there is kind of nothing you can do about it. Like,
yeah, but generally you would think that the polymorph would have been used on the Dracosath already.
mm-hmm.
You would think. But who
Because
knows? Who knows?
um, from what I know, the map that we're having now, which is what Arathi Basin, this is the smallest map that I know.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah, it's very small, and the lanes are narrow, and there are these weird like corners that aren't actually on the map. Like you place a unit on like the very right side of your base,
yeah,
and it has to move in before it
e-
continues up the lane, even
exactly.
though like
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah, it's
yes, yes,
silly.
yes. Because of the size of this map, we can like actually run these fat units that cannot
Hmm.
be quickly killed, and that's why I always try to utilize stuff like abominations and like I said, molten giants. But I tried it yesterday. It's broken in a bad way. It doesn't work. So yeah, that's why it's kind of bad.
Yeah, the game is just. It feels like so in the beginning, it was all of this like spell-based control, time out your opponent, deal chip damage
Hmm.
type of meta. And the more and more I play now that they've changed Deep Breath and the meta's kind of evolved a little bit with fortification, um, it feels like games are very fast for the most part. It
Hmm.
feels like there's just not enough time for those big, beefy units to hit the field and then make it to the enemy's base and do something productive. Like the most expensive thing I play for like a carry is like a gargoyle or a raider, and they're 4 gold. So
Yeah, for gold. Because
maybe
if you
on a bigger map they'll have more opportunity, but
well, I remember the death ball with Jaina or um, Tyrion on Alterac
mhm.
Valley. Yeah. How, by the way, how does it perform right now, Footman?
It actually performs really well. My issue is I was play so I swapped to it and played. played it a few times and did really well against, I think, a Hogger and I think a Murkai as well. And I only played it a few times, and I think I'd won all of those matches. And then I queued into 4 Rins in a row, and there's just not a lot you can do about Rins. He is rough on Tyrion Footman.
Mm.
Yeah.
Question, because I don't have that talent for deep breath. The one that gives resistance to your units, does it give you permanent resistant or 10-second one?
Well, I have been told it's 10 seconds by Porcinet, which is a pretty high level PvP player on the EU server.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna trust him, especially since he's one of the like community helpers in the community Discord. So I'm gonna believe what he says. I don't
Oh,
know, like, personally from my own experimentation.
okay. But what about the third talent? I thought the one that lasts for 10 seconds is the one that removes armor from the enemy.
I also don't know how long that one lasts, to be completely honest.
All
I've
right.
never used it.
Okay. So you can't really make everything armored and resistant forever. That's good.
I don't believe so.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they both fall off after 10 seconds, but I don't know that to be fact. It's very hard to get information on this game, which is super weird. I wish they would describe better what different things do.
Well, honestly, they don't know themselves because I asked them a few questions about the experience because some people said that the experience, what actually, what it says when if you click on quests, it says it has this I button. You click on it and it says how the quests work. It's like one of the quests is always the lowest level mini in your deck and stuff like that. It's what they say. It doesn't work. You know, so.
So, from my understanding on that, just from experimenting with it in beta, um, it was broken in the first beta, and the second beta is how it is now, I believe, and that was that it will give you 2 options from your deck, and those 2 options have a higher chance of being a lower level mini. It's not guaranteed, but it's a higher chance.
In other words, what it says in the quest section is lie.
Um, yes and no.
Okay, the
Yeah.
choices presented will always include the lowest level mini in your equipped army, which is lie. It's not always the
Yeah.
lowest level mini.
Let me see. I've got Gargoyle and Safe Pilot here.
No, what I'm saying is it's 100% doesn't work because I tried it and
Okay.
people complain about it. What I'm saying is what it says, it's not true.
Ah, okay. Okay, I understand what you're saying.
And I asked I asked the devs, and so far there's no answer. So I don't know if they don't have time to answer or they don't know the answer.
Okay.
You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
I mean, just from right now, I can confirm that you're right. It's not giving me my lowest level mini in my army.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah.
Okay. Also, I was gonna ask because we can never chat, we can never speak properly because it's always in like
I
Twitch
know.
chat.
Uh-huh.
The monetization model, not even monetization model. Like, what do you think about levels in PvP? Because I remember me, Taulat, Fieldsy, we were one of the luckiest guys because we got the played since very first beta. I don't know if you played the very first one.
I did not.
So
And I only got to play the like month and a half long second beta.
okay, okay, but did you when you started, was PvP this like level 1 for everybody, or it was already different?
It was level 1 for everybody, and then you got a level for I believe each Valor slot, and then for each talent you owned as well. So it was max of level 7.
Okay, yeah, this is exactly what it was. Like, what do you think? Is this better than what it is today?
Oh yeah, that is better than what it is today. However, it has changed because before you only bought the unit, and then that was it. You didn't have to upgrade them at all.
No,
You
no,
had
I'm talking about the levels in PvP. Like,
yes, that's also kind of what I'm talking about
mhm.
because those levels, um, before, it felt like it was easier to get. You could target specific things to get levels on the minis you wanted to play quicker in PvP.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I don't like the new model, but it's completely designed this way so that people spend money to level up their minis so they can do better in PvP. I wish that in my perfect world, all minis were level 1 for everybody in PvP. I don't know why
Exactly.
it's not that way, because
Exactly. This is what I also support. Because
um,
the problem with this is that right now, like you pretty much discriminate it everywhere. Everywhere that there might be difference, there is a difference. And in PvP, people are sick of of being like after 9K, you go against Taolad. I've seen
yeah,
people Platinum 3 playing against Taolad. Like, are you serious? Like level 7 against level 10. Like,
yeah,
I,
it's really rough when that happens. And it's honestly, it's more often than not that I feel like levels are mismatched. It's also weird to me that their fix was that you gain more honor up to 4K, because what I don't understand is they're putting a band-aid on the issue. And I talked about this in my last stream, actually. It was meant to be a gameplay stream where I was pushing PvP the whole time.
mhm.
And I think for the last hour, I just talked to people in chat about PvP and some other stuff. But pushing people to 4K faster just means that they're going to hit that 3K mark quicker and then quit. Because there's no point in playing PvP past 3K unless you're spending money. And a good amount of money, and 90% of your player base is probably not spending the money needed. I would say 95% of your player base is probably not spending the money needed to get a competitive PvP team.
Oh, honestly, Blizzard is not even trying to actually make people want to spend money. Because yes, you have a lot of paid options in the game, but they're kind of not even they're not advertising. They're not doing anything to actually grow the community. Like honestly, we are the ones that grow the community, not Blizzard. Because like
Yeah,
Blizzard
yeah,
doesn't there is absolutely no promotion for this game from like that comes from Blizzard. Like what last time they did something was the 1 minute trailer for Chimera and the BlizzCon information. That's pretty much all we have.
don't even get me started on this topic. It's so bad. Like, let's just look at the holiday bundles. They're awful. Not because they're like bad value for your money. If you're looking at like what you get, it is actually decent value compared to other things. But why would you sell somebody a bundle with an epic core and not enough Arclight energy to use the epic core as a Christmas deal? Same with the legendary bundle. It was a legendary core and like 12k energy or 16k, whatever it wasn't enough to actually use the thing you just bought. It's so bad. And then one of their main selling points for their season 2 trailer is this new shiny Jaina emote that like
That I don't care about.
100
Yeah,
people will maybe
exactly.
get.
And like this is
Maybe.
this is pathetic. Like, do you care about these emotes at all?
I do kind of care about it just because I'm a completionist for the most part. I really like collecting all the things there are to
Yeah,
collect.
I like to
But
collect things. Go ahead.
but it shouldn't. I don't know. The emote is not like the end of the world that I didn't get it. It is just an emote. It's a cosmetic thing.
Exactly.
But at the same time, that emote is only at 16k, which is 4k away from the top of the ladder. And it just feels like in the first season, 5 people got it. It feels like more than 5 people should be able to get uh, to 16k. That's just the whole PvP ladder is so jacked up, and the rewards are awful. So I don't know. That's a completely different topic that we could talk about if you want to. But
Yeah, I don't care. Of course, man. When it comes to being toxic and criticizing, man, I'm like number one. That's my favorite topic. People don't care about meta. Like meta, like honestly, here's a conclusion for meta. Our predictions are number one. Um, I say S tier for Goblin, Cypress, and Sneed.
you love your sappers so much.
It's no, 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 no. I'm trying to be objective right now. I think
Okay.
it's going to be amazing. Honestly, any siege unit with Sneed this is exactly what I'm gonna try. The first thing that I'm gonna try is Sneed with any siege units. Let's see how it
Mhm.
performs, especially sappers because they one-shot towers. Like this time, they're gonna one-shot the tower. So sappers, Gromash, what else? Harpies with cheat death or with proper tanking by Quillbore. But nobody's gonna let you do it for free, obviously. And I'd say I'll try Death Ball in Drakisat maybe something like that, because like I said, the towers are now squishy, and it's like 3 hits and the tower is dead.
Mhm.
So this is my prediction for meta. Well, I guess this is yours as well.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Sappers will probably be very good with Sneed. There might be something that happens there. And then we never really touched on skeletons with Baron, like Bloodlust. That might be something that's
S-
worth looking into,
mm,
especially if Execute Bloodlust goes out of meta. I know
mhm.
we talked about that earlier. Just a different way to play Baron. It might not be worth losing the Skeletal Mages, but something fun to test out. And it'll probably be really important to defend your side tower since it's losing half of its health. So Whelp Eggs are good at that. Fire Elemental, Blizzard, things like that.
Honestly, what I would do instead of running Baron and Bloodlust, I would go with Baron and Death Pact because I know I don't know if you played a lot of that because I have one of my most popular decks on my channel. It's a heal with no healers, where you use Baron and you use the cheapest skeletons as a food. So you pretty much run Baron, and on demand you just drop skeletons and he heals himself. And the cooldown of Death Pact, I believe it was changed because it used to be 5 seconds, now it's 10. There is absolutely no notes about it in the patch
Yeah.
notes ever. And
Yep.
yeah, so that I don't know how Baron is gonna perform with our fortification, but this is what I would try as well. Baron and Death Pact. That's pretty much it for meta. Yeah, let's get to monetization and PvP.
PvP ladder is awful. It's way too high. It takes way too long to climb to the top. There's no reason that one or two people should be getting the max reward each season. I understand it should be prestigious, but if you want to make something prestigious, um, give us a leaderboard and give us rewards for placing on that leaderboard, just like every single other mobile game that has any sort of PvP does, where they reward first place, second place, third place with something, and then like 4th through 10th and 11th through 100th and so on and so forth. And then your season resets will feel better because your player base will get something cool at the end and at the start of each season. Um, so I think it should be squished down. I think rewards should be improved. There's no reason I should be getting a modest tome for getting 14k in PvP. That's kind of silly.
Well,
It's just
yes.
awful.
I mean, you're totally right, but the problem is that you're asking for so many things right now, and if they implement like one out of what you said, it will already be like a huge change or huge addition. Because, like, for example, leaderboards, I'm totally cool with Warcraft Rumble.gg. That is enough for me as a leaderboard, but not resetting seasons, it's just man, how are you gonna motivate people to play seasons, even like the beginning of the season? Like if you hit 9K once, does that mean that you will never have to play PvP again? Like is that what how it's supposed to go?
Yeah, that's also silly. I don't like how you don't get rewards. Again, under 9k, like once you the rewards you get from 0 to 9k you get one time. Then when the
Mm-hmm.
season resets, you don't get them again. Which is kind of silly in my opinion. There's not very much down there to begin with. And if players were able to get those rewards again at the end of each season,
Mm-hmm.
um, it would just encourage people to play more. Not getting anything, like imagine if you are a person that does not push PvP very much. You get to 9k and you're like, man, all these little 10 players and 9 players, they're really hard to beat. So I'm just going to stop playing for this season and I'll climb again next season when the ladder resets. And
Exactly.
then your leaders don't reset and you don't get rewards again for PvPing. So now you're just locked out of a section of the game.
Yeah,
That's awful.
it is. It is super bad, and people always also people always ask like, what units do I need for PvP? What are the best units? Man, I only know one unit that is always needed for everything in this game. It's Quilboar, right?
Yeah.
Like my Quilboar right now, it's probably the only unit that like it's 6,000 out of 100,000. So this is the highest unit in my whole 55 unit army. But everything else, like you literally need all the units in the game, man. I don't know. Like every time that something changes, we always discover new unit that we need.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the answer for this question, you need all the units in the game, all 55 of them, all the heroes, all talents. You need everything.
Yep, and that's something that I ran into this season. Well, with Arathi Basin, is I needed Harvest Golem. Mine was green, I'm pretty sure. And
my golem,
it was awful. It was really close to rare, which was good for me, or maybe I just hadn't upgraded it yet. But I ended up doing that. But it's still level 8 in PvP, which is fine. But when you're playing against level 10 players, 8 just doesn't cut it for the most part.
Yeah, it's not fun. And by the way, does it still stand for 3 seconds if you have like 2 level difference?
I believe so. I don't think the stun duration is reduced based on level. I think it's just a flat amount.
So you're saying that if it's 3 seconds, if it's like one level, like Golem level 1, it will stand level 10 for 3 seconds?
It should.
Okay, here is what I know about these effects. I don't know if it applies to everybody. But here's the reason why I asked you that question. Charlga, as you know, when she attacks the tower, she disables the tower, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my Charlga right now, I'm looking at her. She's level 23. If I go to try Onyxia with this level 23 Charlga, she does not disable level 30 towers.
Really?
Yes. However, I went to my free-to-play account and I tried my level 10 Charlga on level 15 tower, and she doesn't disable it. So I assume the difference between levels. Forget about what I said about 10, 15. So I think the difference between levels should be at least 5 to make her trait work. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Because right now my difference is 7, not 5, and it doesn't work. So I guess she needs to be level 25 to be able to disable level 30 towers. I didn't know that, and that's why I'm asking you if the stun has this problem.
I also did not know that. I haven't seen that, so I don't know off the top of my head, to be honest. I have not noticed it stunning for a shorter amount of time, though.
Okay. Because I haven't noticed it either, but like the stuff that I play against is like level 8 versus level 10. Maybe that's why you can't really see that. But if the gap is bigger, then you will see that. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, the problem with talents and all the minis. I don't have a healing talent on the shaman. And I had a problem with that as well, because like everybody's using this Fieldsy's play like a bitch strategy, and I cannot do this. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to be a bitch, but I can't.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You know what I'm saying? And Fieldsy has everything, I guess.
Yeah. Yep.
So from what I see, you need all the units. Well, I haven't found a use for Molten Giants, Ogre Mages, and maybe like Vultures, but everything else is pretty much, yeah.
I really like vultures, actually.
Have you ever used them in like serious like PvP?
Not yet, but I think they are really good in like Hogger and Grommash builds. We'll have to test them out soon.
I also managed to I also managed to do it once because it was like Platinum 2 PvP on Alterac Valley. When you throw chickens, you know, on Alterac Valley you can split your army to the left. Like one part goes to the left and goes up on the bridge, and the one part goes right to the chests, right? Mm-hmm. So what I did, I split the chickens so that they go, half of that goes left, half goes straight to the chests. And then when they go to the chests, there is a switch on their way, and you can split them again.
Really? That's
Yeah,
cool.
I only managed to do it once. I don't know if because it was super hard. Like that second switch, it's not easy to do, and
Yeah, I can imagine.
I managed to to send two chickens to the right side, and the rest went to the to get the chest. So my point being, you can you can push 3 lanes with two gold chickens, like that's just that's what I was gonna say. That's all. Like
That's fun. I like
yeah, it's great.
that.
Like chickens like are the men. Um,
That's
222.
awesome.
I was gonna say something and I forgot. I'll probably think of it when it will be appropriate, as always. Yeah. Well, I guess that is all I wanted to say and ask.
Well, it was a good conversation. I'm glad we talked about
Yeah.
PvP. It's my favorite topic is how we can fix PvP for the better.
Um.
I'll talk about it all day, all night, and
But
on
like,
to the next.
okay, so let's say, and also the problem is that when I suggest something, people never say yes, I support that, I and give it a like. People always say I wouldn't mind, but it's okay the way it is now. Like this is what I don't like. I'm talking about other YouTubers. I can't mention names, but this is how they react on that. Instead of saying that this is a problem, we need to fix it because it's like a first thing that we need to fix, right? PvP is pretty much the only replayable thing in the game. Am I making sense?
Yeah, and I mean, I'm fine with people being okay with things, but would rather, I would rather give feedback and tell Blizzard how they could improve it, um, and have an amazing product instead of just like an okay product.
Is there any way we can talk to them?
Um,
I mean, me and you are in the same Discord channel, but does it really help?
um, it's hard to tell. The community server started pretty late into the year, and really no Blizzard devs have even been active since
Exactly.
the
This
week
is
before
exactly what I'm
Christmas.
saying. Yeah.
So,
Even
but
before.
I'm very well, yes, but I'm very hopeful, and I know I shouldn't be because I've been a part of this community for almost 2 years now, and I know the track record that they have with communicating with their player base. But I have my fingers crossed that once Blizzard gets back from their holidays, we will get some sort of increase in communication. But we will see
What makes you think so?
because I like to have hope.
Oh, so it's purely subjective. There is no facts,
Yes.
nothing that would actually.
No,
Okay.
absolutely
I was almost. Yeah, I almost. Okay, never mind.
not.
Well, it's. I can't believe I'm saying that, but Diablo Immortal team is better at communicating with people than these guys.
I'm not saying nothing. I know nothing about Diablo Immortal.
And you shouldn't, but they're better. Like that's what makes me want to cry. Um.
Unfortunate.
Uh, ah. Do you know anything about the Microsoft buying Blizzard? Like, is there anything that they announced will is going maybe something is going to change or something? Like, I don't even know when they're gonna be actually when they're gonna become the real bosses of the company. Is there
I
any dates or something?
I have no idea on that stuff to be honest. I know somebody had asked me, maybe I don't know who it was. Someone in my stream I think asked me if I thought that Bobby Kotick leaving would improve like just their games in general, and I honestly don't think so. He was a big problem, but I don't ever think that he really influenced the making of the games other than monetization of them. But just him leaving doesn't mean that there's not going to be another boss that also wants to make money, right? So the monetization practices are still going to be there.
Well, Bobby Kotick, yeah. I mean, why would they change anything if one guy left? Like, even if they do change something, it will take like at least 6 months to actually see any changes, right? So it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like Bobby Kotick is no longer in the office, but what I'm saying is like Microsoft, they are actually, I mean, they're a successful company, and from what I understand, Blizzard is no longer that Blizzard that made Diablo 2 and start and old WoW and stuff like that, right? So it's pretty much just a name. That's why
Yeah.
I'm thinking like Microsoft, like what plans do they have? I don't think they paid $76 billion just to bankrupt the company or something, right? I hope they have big plans for these franchises.
I hope so too, and honestly, it will probably. I mean, it has to help. I can't imagine it hurts it anymore. But how much it helps, who knows? I don't think we'll ever get the old Blizzard back. I think old Blizzard has been replaced by Riot. Personally, everything that Riot does is pretty polished.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's how Blizzard used to be, and now Blizzard just kind of releases rushed products that are buggy and super heavy monetized. So yeah.
yeah. This is such a bad ending for this video.
I know, unfortunate. It's very hard to be positive all the time, but maybe we can try and be positive some of the time.
Well, that's what we deserve, I guess. Well, let's hope that that you are right and Blizzard is gonna come back and be better at communicating. But I still hope that Microsoft is gonna make some changes because this is the last hope. I don't see any other reasons why Blizzard would change anything. And they have this policy where every quarter they have to provide financial, like a financial statements of high profits, right? And that's why they always like, especially in WoW, every I believe 6 months they do this promotional thing. If you buy 6 months of WoW, you get extra, you get this new unique mount, and every 6 months they do that. I haven't noticed anything every 6 months, anything that would happen in Rumble, but perhaps yet, but we'll see that in the future. Yeah. Well, that's pretty much it for today.
Yeah, I
All
think so.
right.
It was nice chatting with you, Bulaba. It's nice to collab and do a video together.
Finally, yeah. If people like it,
Uh-huh.
we'll do more. I guess we went off
Absolutely.
topic, but that's
That's
us.
okay.
That's
Yeah,
us, yeah. It will keep happening, I promise you guys, every single time we speak. Um, yeah,
absolutely.
Mini, I'll talk to you off camera later. All right.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me, Bulaba.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much, my man.
Mhm.